How's everybody doing on this Monday? So normally you would talk about things that are like motivating on a Monday, and I've decided I'm going to do the opposite, maybe for the rest of this month. Instead of coming to you with something motivational, which I don't always find to be particularly helpful, I'm going to just rant about things that drive me mad. Maybe I'll call these like Madness Mondays or something. I don't know. But anyways, the first one we're going to talk about is actually motivation. So here's the deal. I love motivational speakers. Like, I will listen to that stuff all day. I love the rah-rah talk. Gets me all fired up. I feel amazing. I think we all like that, right? If the person's good, not if they're cheesy. But like a good motivational speaker can get me all in the mood, right? But here's the deal. How long does that mood last? So a motivational rah-rah talk is good for about 5 minutes, right? Maybe a day. But it's not going to get you to your goals. And there's a huge misunderstanding, in my opinion, about the importance and the role in motivation in achieving your goals. So I'm not saying that there's like never a place for being motivated, but I think that this misunderstanding about motivation really truly keeps us stuck. And so here's the deal. From the way that I see it and working with tons and tons of women on trying to achieve their weight loss goals, but this is true whether it's weight, finances, relationships, like whatever, it doesn't matter. So motivation can occasionally get you started towards your goal. It will never carry you all the way. It's just not going to. And so we say things like, well, I want to lose weight, but I'm not motivated to work out. Or I just don't really feel motivated to get started. Like, and what we're saying in that moment is that I don't feel like doing it. And here's the truth about people who achieve the things that we want, right? So insert whatever in your mind the thing is that you're working on or the thing is that you desire. You're completely capable of bringing whatever you'd like into fruition. But if you're only going to act towards bringing that goal into your reality when you feel motivated, you're never going to get there. Because the people who have the things that you want are not more motivated than you. And I always thought this forever too. Like, well, if I just felt motivated like those people. And then I discovered the truth. And that is that nobody feels like doing things all the time. And once you realize that that's just like a myth, it's very freeing because it's like, well, okay, well, if they don't feel like it, but they're getting the things done, what's the real secret? How are these people getting the things if they're not motivated? And it's not fun and it's not sexy because the reality is that they're working on behavior change and habit development and all the things that aren't super fun to talk about. But those are the things that get us where we want to be, right? So how long are you normally motivated for? If you go on a diet, like you're going to go on a weight loss plan or something, how long do you normally stay motivated? Is it 3 days? Because sometimes for me, it was 3 hours, if I'm being honest. And sometimes if I was super motivated, like I'm fired up, I got to go on vacation or something, I could be good for about 3 weeks. So tell me, where were you guys normally at, right? But then here's the deal. Most of the things that you have to do to keep weight off of your body don't become a habit for like 6 to 12 months. So if motivation is going to fail us at 3 weeks or whatever your normal time frame is, and it won't be a habit that you can maintain for 6 months, well, what happens in the middle of that time, right? We can't rely on motivation to be the thing that gets us there. And so motivation can make us feel really good, and it might fire us up to start some action. But seeing results is what will keep you moving. Motivation, like real, like fired upness, comes from seeing the fruits of your labor, seeing the hustle that you've been put into it start to take effect and play out, because that builds your belief in what is possible, right? And so we just got to take massive action, even when we don't feel like it, even when there's something better to do than the thing that we know that we should, getting crystal clear on what is the path that would get you the result that you want. And then you grind it out, whether you feel motivated to do it or not. Does that make sense? I know that's not super rah-rah feel good for a Monday, But that's what's true, and I want to see you get to your goal. So I don't want to just give you guys motivational rah-rah talks that I know don't lead to results. Like the motivational industry, like motivational speaking and all of that, it's racking in the money. I just don't see it racking in the results for people. Not the people that I'm working with anyways, and it never worked for me. And once I got real with myself and I was like, oh, you mean I don't have to feel motivated to actually make myself do things? There's another way. Then everything that I wanted started happening. So with my own weight, when I was eating in a way that fueled my body, whether I felt motivated to do it or not, the weight came off and it stayed off. And when I started applying proven methods to business, and I did the things that I needed to do, even when I didn't feel like doing it. For instance, doing a live like this. These don't bother me anymore. I could care less. I'll come at you guys right in my pajamas. I do it all the time. But when you're first putting yourself out there, it's very nerve-wracking, right? But you just do the things, whether you feel motivated or not. Then you start getting results. So what is the thing that you want? Like, is it something with your health? Is it something with your finances? Is it something like with your kids? I mean, this even applies to parenting, right? Because you don't always feel like disciplining your children, especially if you're the mom. We just want to be there to like snuggle you and make you feel better. But then we know that you're going to grow up to be a little turd if we don't discipline you. So it's like, well, we got to do it, right? So we all have to do things we don't want to do to bring about the results that we want to see. So what is the thing that you want? What are the actions that you need to take? And then how can you make yourself do it when you don't feel motivated? And if you catch yourself saying things like, well, I wish for this, but I don't feel motivated, then check yourself and come up with a new plan and lose that as an expression. And I promise you, things will start happening for you. So I would love to know how this sits with you guys. I didn't mean this to be like a super like boo-hooey type of chat, but hopefully this resonates and makes sense. So let me know what you guys think and how this one's sitting with you. And everybody have an awesome, maybe motivated and maybe not motivated Monday.